Okay, I will speak finally in this last part on the long-term energy management. Sorry, this is not the final part, the second application. And I will like to say a few words about a study we make with the Total Gas Company, and which is about natural gas, liquefied natural gas management, which consists in managing long-term contracts. So there are contracts with sellers and buyers, and sellers and buyers decide to sell every month, and in fact also every year. So you have minima and maxima every month and every year. Okay, thank you. And to sell certain amounts with so-called price formula. So the price formula could be we take there is a stock exchange index of North American natural gas. Okay, so the price formula could be you sell at North American natural gas price exactly here, and here you buy at North American natural gas price minus a certain amount, for instance. Okay. So the problem of the manager of the long-term contract is to choose the route of the ships to make the maximum of money. In fact, okay, taking into account the difference on the price formula between different places. Okay, so I will just say that price model. Uncertainty is only in prices, which is a very specific problem, but the price model is based on log normal processes used in finance. And because of this, we have to quantize, to make, in fact, complex quantization process. So here is a picture of the quantization of Gaussian variable in 2D, okay? Where you have the picture of the cell and you approximate the Gaussian variable by a discrete process where samples take place in the middle of each cell, in fact, and so we replace the continuous process with a quantized process, but it's a long time. There are 12 months, okay, 12 period of time in a year, so we have to compute the transition between such processes. Okay, we use a certain stochastic dual dynamic programming algorithm that I will not describe. This is a picture. It's just to show you that it works. Okay, so you have in black a minorant of the optimal value, and in blue a majorant of the optimal value. There are three curves because you have the average value and you have the confidence interval. Actually, after process of reduction of variance, okay, before it was similar curves with orange curves. So we have a very strong, very efficient algorithm for reduction of variance in this case. Okay. So, but this said, it's an example of a problem of dynamic decision with uncertainty, which in fact, in general, we don't know how to solve problems of dynamic decision with uncertainty. I would like to stress the limitation of the algorithm. Here it works because the cost function to be minimized is convex. We were able to make quantization of this stochastic process for 2D and for 3D problem, but for 4-dimensional, if we have 4-dimensional stochastic processes, it's still open how to do this. It's very heavy. There are houses of computation we should parallelize. And in fact, the true problem is to decide about what to do with the ships. So we should look with we should look for integer solutions, and it's very difficult to do so. Actually, we have some heuristics which are not very we do not know if they are optimal or far from the optimum or not. Okay, so it's a quite difficult problem, and so it will be a problem in all applications. Okay, to have good algorithms for stochastic programming, in fact, in a dynamic setting. Okay, I would like to speak very rapidly of smart grids in a few minutes I still have. So what I will say that there is a revolution because which is expected because of these targets I spoke of European community. And one aspect, again as before, we have to put together optimization tools taking into account the technical aspects and information tools that allow to take the good decision. And one aspect of the information tool is the smart meters. So this is one proposed. Sorry for this. Okay. But this is a source from ERDF, which is a distribution company, main distribution company in France. And so they have a smart meter, and the idea of the smart meter is that it takes detailed information from the consumer to give the best information to, in fact, the producer. You should know that today, the producer knows what happened only a few days after, okay? There is a control of equilibrium of energy by the network manager, but the producer does not know what happens during the day, okay? If the consumer consumes more or less, he knows it only a few days later. So the situation of today is not satisfactory, but there has been a big discussion on the smart meters, which are in fact very expensive. And so this is an example of all possible use in a smart home. I will skip discussion. And so the idea is that you have all this system with a grid, with industrial plants, offices, central power plants, but wind farms, which are typically distributed energy. And one problem is to have efficient distribution of information in order that everyone is able to take the right decisions. In fact, this is a nice view where you have the technical aspect of energy, you have the measurement and control of the network using telecommunication technology, and then you have all the possible services which can be offered with it. Okay? Okay, so the problem of renewable energy is that it costs a lot, in fact. Although if tomorrow we have no more oil, there will be no choice, of course. And but more problematic is that we have no control on production. Normally, when you produce energy, traditional scheme is that you are able to control at least the production. Okay, you do not control consumption, but you control production at least. And here it's not the case. So because of this, sorry, I have a problem with this. Okay, we may skip to the last line. So this is a game with many players and a lot of uncertainty, but the line you cannot see tells that at the same time, okay, in economy or in telecommunication also, okay, we have seen in the talk before, there are many players and there is uncertainty, but for transmission, okay, if you have a quality of 80%, it's okay. You don't need perfection. Here you need perfection in some sense, in the sense that you need a perfect equilibrium between consumption and production. So this can mean you delete consumers. You delete in the sense that you do not deliver anymore, okay, electricity to some of them. It can be a solution, okay, but it's a very hard solution. And so this is typical with electrical networks, the need to control. It's very hard to cut electricity to people, okay? But how to do? So there are a lot of need in the following scheme. So, okay, as said in the talk before, very often people say that their field is a central field, okay, where you should put money. So my field is dynamic optimization, but as you can see, I have put some other fields. Okay, so how to get information, how to control the stability of the process, how to model uncertainties, and of course there is the electrical engineering aspect which is very important. So in conclusion, I think that there are exciting scientific challenges, quite difficult, and I know there are very strong laboratories in the Saclay area, in the university, engineering schools, and research centers also. So I think that within Digiteo, it will certainly be possible to do a good work. And there is an Electreo already group devoted to these things. Thank you.
Thank you, Frédéric. We have some time for a couple of questions. Are there any questions in the room? Yeah, we have one here.
Are there any statistics about the amount of energy that at house, for example, at home or in industry that is not fixed with time, that you can consume, like you can wash your clothes or you can wash your dishes any time in the day, so you could program it.
Yes.
But light, you have to put
yes.
light on in the evening, right?
Yes.
So do you have any statistics about this quantity of energy that you could play with so that you can put it in?
Well, I cannot give statistics now, but it's in fact you are speaking of the very important fact that still there will be more uncertainty in production. So a problem is to have more flexibility, and if we can have more flexibility in the consumption, it's very good. Because of this, smart meters are important because they allow to communicate and to tell to the consumer to wait for washing clothes, for instance. Okay, and it's very important. There has been some discussion on the possibility also of using the batteries of electrical cars in order to actually to store as a non-permanent storage. And this is a very important question also. Although there have been said by the car manufacturers that batteries are very expensive and they have a limited lifetime, and so some people say that it's crazy to use them for storing electricity. So there are some decisions which are delicate, because I think that until now there is actually no good way of storing energy. The only good one is with hydroelectric energy when you pump water, okay, but there are limited possibilities. And there are some research projects about energy storage, but I'm a bit skeptical, in fact, about that.
Then my town will experience a blackout. And if this is a flaw in the outside solution, in the particular case of power grids, where production and consumption must be precisely balanced, there may be also a constraint that says some minimal things have to be guaranteed. So the question is there any possibility to be sure that the algorithm will maybe improve a solution, but will not destroy something that should work?
Well, it's not only a matter of algorithm, but social choice. There are some people who are ready to, if there is an economic advantage, okay, that are ready to cut heating at home, okay, for some time. You take a pullover and you cut heating for 3 hours. If it is interesting for an economic point of view, a lot of people will like to do it, and you will not cut electricity to an hospital, for instance, okay? So it has to be well managed, but in a way or another, the price of flexibility will be higher tomorrow than before, and we will have, with the smart meters, the way to implement it. And so, but still it will be very difficult to have a stable system, okay? So probably we will have to make cuts, more cuts.
Yeah, but your answer is assuming that everything works okay. But there might be even legal liabilities, no? Assume the system decides that the best solution is to cut somebody down. What if the person says, hey, no, I didn't agree to this?
No, but it's as always, okay? You have the freedom to accept or not, but you must sign a contract with the company, okay? And the contract has a price. Okay, so if the contract that gives you the guarantee not to have cuts is very high, okay, well, you do what you want, but there is an economic aspect that you cannot avoid. That's the point.